Let me start by thanking the President of the Republic of Kenya, first of all, the President Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Because when I reached out to him and told him that we need a mausoleum for my grandfather, he gave instructions to the State Department of Culture that that museum needs to be done. So on behalf of the church, I want to thank the national government for facilitating the development of that mausoleum through the National Museums of Kenya. Two, most sincerely again, I thank Safaricom M-Pesa Foundation. This is the second school you are doing, second Nomia church-sponsored school you are doing for us. Oboch is the second one. You did for us another one called Kametho, which is just next to my home. So 2 schools in a span of 1 year. That is no mean feat. So we really want to thank Safaricom Foundation. Now, in equal measure, let me most sincerely thank my brother, Amason Kingi, who has been a friend of mine for a very, very long time. At short notice, accepting such a feat, I really want to thank you, my brother, for coming to represent at the head of another arm of government. You are aware that Kingi is in the legislature. Yeah, the president is the head of the executive. He has stepped in for his brother from another arm of government. On behalf of the Nomia Church Fraternity, I thank you most sincerely. Let me also express gratitude, albeit in nostalgia or without him, to my grandfather, Nabi Joan Owalo, or Prophet Joan Owalo, if you want to call it. This was an inspirational man, a visionary man. Imagine in 1907, somebody breaks away from mainstream church to start his own church, the first African independent church in Kenya. That is no mean feat. It is an act of courage, and it is an act of vision. So, Governor Kingi, Speaker Kingi, this church from those humble beginnings has now today grown in leaps and bounds to a whopping millions in membership. In the database alone, it is 1.3 million members. Gumbo has just told you the membership of this church is at about 5 million. Yeah? That is an integral stakeholder in this country. And you have just been told, again, that in our struggle for independence, in Nyanza, we had 2 institutions which fought for independence. The first institution was Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. The second institution was Nomia Church. That is a history that can never be wished away. That is a history that we cannot wish away. If you put together that history of the fight for independence and the membership of this church at 5 million plus, we must be on the table where the cake of this country is being shared. We are an integral stakeholder. It's not only the political class who can be on the table. We are an integral stakeholder. And moving forward, I want to urge members of this church, IBC is just being reconstituted. Subsequent to that, get everybody who is a member of this church to first of all get IDs for the youth who don't have IDs, and those who have IDs to register as voters, so that we also chart our own destiny in these coming elections. So, Governor Kingi, that's the message you are leaving with from here to the president, that Nomia Church will be a stakeholder in these coming elections. We will negotiate with anybody else who wants to be president. And if we are not negotiating with anybody else who wants to be president, we will present a presidential candidate ourselves. We are going to get to a situation where in Nyanza here, if you don't get support from Nomia Church, you will not be elected. Nomia is bigger than any political movement in Nyanza. Let me just mention that as leaders who are serving in the government in this region, we have zeroed in on 10 tangible projects, about 10 tangible projects which we are pursuing under this government of William Ruto. Nyanza, Bwana Kingi, is a region which has historically been marginalized because of bad politics. Under this government of William Ruto, we want to reverse this through progressive politics. The projects we are pursuing are: 1, SGR Phase 2. And we are happy that that is now seeing light in the not too distant future. It will move from Naivasha through Kisumu, through Asembo, through Ugenya to Malaba border. The next project we are pursuing is Kisumu International Airport, upgrading of Kisumu International Airport so that we are able to transport our produce from the palm and from the lake direct to external markets. That is also work in progress. The third project is Koru Soin Dam. That dam, if it is sorted out, Governor Ranguma, the perennial floods in Kano will be a thing of the past. We will have water connectivity to almost all the homes in Kisumu. And most importantly, it will augment the efforts of Sondu Miriu Dam for purposes of electricity. In equal measure, together with our brothers in Kisii, we are pursuing Magwagwa Dam. The next project we are pursuing is the Lake Region Ring Road. This is a road that emanates all the way from Busia, through Siaya, through Kisumu, Homa Bay, all the way up to Kenya, Tanzania border. If that road is pursued to a logical conclusion, it will open up the entire Nyanza region for purposes of entrepreneurship, commerce, and trade. Not just among the Nyanza counties, but also with neighboring counties on one hand and neighboring countries on the other. We are also pursuing revitalization of cotton. Cotton was a major cash crop in this region when we were growing up. Today it is dead. The other one is the sugar industry. We are happy, Governor Kingi, that since independence, this government has now sorted out the issue of farmers' arrears. The government has cleared all arrears pertaining to sugarcane farmers. The government has also made substantial progress in settling arrears of salaries for staff. Now we are moving to the next level of revitalizing those sugar companies so that they can again attain optimal capacity utilization levels. Then we will sort out the mining. People like Anyanga from Migori, we have got the Makalda mine. But the only indicator that you see that mining has gone on is a big gapping hole or big gapping holes left unattended where people fall in and die. We want to change the laws, policies, and legal framework so that anywhere in this country where mining takes place, a substantial proportion of the proceeds from that mining must accrue to the local people. We want to see that in Makalda. We want to see that up here in Lumba. Lumba up here, the mining going on here. Substantial proportion of those proceeds should accrue to the people of Asembo here. Same to Saradidi, same to Sakwa. Places like Waguzu in Sakwa. If we do all this, we have an abattoir in Migori, together with a hides and skins processing factory, a potato factory in Kuria, a soapstone factory in Kisii. Then we augment it with requisite infrastructure, water, electricity, and adequate road network. Then I can state without fear of contradiction, good people, that Nyanza will be able to exploit its full potential, informed by comparative advantages.
Wajua, kwa sasa watu wengi sana ukienda kwa mitandao, utakuta watu wanamkejeli Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga. Lakini ukisoma historia ya Kenya hii, the kind of political space we're enjoying today as a country, the kind of democracy we're enjoying as a country, were it not for Raila Amolo Odinga, amini msiamini, we won't be here today. Kwa hivyo, kabla hujamkejeli Raila Amolo Odinga, read your history. This space ambao tunaitumia kwa kumkejeli, hii nafasi ambao tunaitumia kumpiga kijembe mzee Raila Amolo Odinga, were it not for the sacrifices of Baba Raila, this country would not have gained the kind of political dispensation and democracy that we are enjoying today. Leo hii tuna vyama vingi. But ask yourself, kuna watu ambao walilipa na damu, that those who are in jail for so many years fighting for this space. and one of the biggest political figure that gave it his all, so that as Kenyans we enjoy this space, is none other than Raila Amolo Odinga. Today, Muganga wa jipu ni rais wetu. He's squeezing it. We are feeling the pain. But I know Kenyans, once he jipu imepona, we'll go back to William Ruto and tell him thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But today it's painful. Very painful. Tutamtukana, tutamtusi. But I know a day will come when this country will say we had a president who meant well for this country. And that's why Kenyans, we need to join hands. And I'm extremely happy with the decision that Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga did. He chose country over self. Raila Odinga did not sit down with William Ruto for his selfish interests. He could have demanded anything for himself, but he chose one thing: country first. Stability of this country was his major concern. Raila Odinga has seen it all, and he could see this country was going to the dogs. As a person who has sacrificed for this country, as a person who loves this country, as a person who has fought for this country, he said, no, I cannot allow this country to go to the dogs. The stability of this country is way above any politician in this country. And that's why Baba said, my interests cannot override the interest of this country. And today we have seen stability in this country, stability in government. Mimi nataka niwaambie wanasiasa wote, the aim, the biggest objective of any political party is to form government. If you're a political party and you have no ambition of forming government, then you have no business being a political party. And ODM was formed, and its ambition and objective, it is form government. And if you have any opportunity, however slight it is, to be in government, take it, because that is the objective of being a political party. We cannot be one mouth. Na asubuhi tunazungumza upande huu, unazungumza tofauti. Jioni upande huu unazungumza tofauti. My brothers for this region, huu huu unawategemea sana kwa matamshi yenu. Let us not confuse this community. If we are doing west, let's do west. If you are doing east, let's go east. That is the only way, as a community, you can stand na mhesabiwe. Bila hivyo, mkianza kuweka machungwa yenu katika vikapu vingi, nguvu zenyu kama jamii itapungua. Na umoja ni nguvu. Your unity is your bargaining capacity, now and in the future. You stay united, you bargain from a position of strength. Mkijiweka mapande, your bargaining capacity will also be divided and therefore weak. So langu ni kuambia, ndio yenyu iwe ndio, na la yenyu iwe la. And that is not my word. Those are not my words. Those are the words of the Bible. If you've decided to be in the broad-based government, please let us be there. If you're not there, then we are not there. Lakini hatuwezi muweka mguu pale. Hii njia panda ilifanya fisi apasue msamba. Let us, if you're in the broad-based government, let us support this government wholeheartedly. 2027 inakuja. Badala ya broad-based government, we want to have a government, including the people of Nyanza, including the people of Luo Nyanza. And that is possible ikiwa tutaungana hivi.